how valid is the strategy of using shorts and TikToks to get more viewers? Completely valid, and in my opinion, the only way to do it. Which is maybe hypocritical because I've done it without that, but I come from a different time and when VTubers were more exciting and people would just randomly check you out, so I have tons of that. I also spent time on NoPixel, so I did a community angle where I entered another community, and a ton of my followers are from NoPixel as well, so don't use me as an example. However, the strat of using shorts, the reach you get is ridiculous. The amount of people you can get to be like, I've seen that person. That's what you want. You want people to be like, oh, I've seen them. And then hopefully if they see you again, maybe they click a follow button. But generally, you want them to just know who you are or feel like they've seen you or they've heard you and just recognize you in some way. Only way to do that is to be pumping out shorts, honestly. The reason why I say don't use me as an example, but we actually can. So I have that. I am very recognizable. I'm very familiar to a lot of people. There are people in the VTubing community who are going to be like, who's Geega? But in the general streaming community, there's a ton of people who know generally my name or who I am or they've seen me. Why? Because I'm everywhere. Because I'm in every community. I was just in a collab earlier with yesterday with a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers. And I was the only well, I guess Kara's not exactly like a Minecraft streamer. She's like kind of half and half. She streams a lot of variety, but she's still like very much in the Minecraft community. Me as well. I do Block Wars and now a lot of those people know me. I don't make Minecraft content very much. I'm not in that community like that, but I'm in there. Yeah, I'm Mr. Worldwide, right? Like maybe not to the level I would like to be exactly, but there's a lot of people. I was in a collab with the guy on the screen multiple times. We've been in a Block Wars team together because of our mutual interest in Minecraft. And, you know, I have this magical, I would say this one's almost like luck-based. I've been friends with Northern Lion's wife, Kate, for well over a decade, who's NL friends with Ludwig. You know, so there is crossover there because Kate will invite me to a thing and then she'll be like, let's get Lud too. I was in a thing, Lud and Squeaks were there. We were playing Mecha Chameleon. Woo, right? That's not really a thing you can like make happen. You know, oops, my more than a decade friendship turned into this. Not really a thing. I didn't even hit her up for the first couple of years that I was a creator, first like 5 years almost, because I didn't want to like make that happen. I was specifically rejecting that, making sure that that didn't happen. And then I didn't like reach back out as a creator, not just as a friend, until recently. And actually she reached out first for like collabs. I just mentioned to her, I was like, I know you're VTubing now, and if you need help, let me know. That's literally all I did. And she was like, that's right, you're a creator now. Want to stream together? You know? And I was like, okay. Like I didn't even ask first. That's the sort of stuff you can't really generate that. That's a rare freak occurrence. For the most part, with everything else, I just talk to everyone and I'm nice to them. And I take interest in a lot of things and I try a lot of things. So you could say that it's almost the same as if I went out there and I was creating a bunch of shorts. You'd see my face, you'd hear my voice, and random people who normally wouldn't see me, the algo would just feed me to them and you'd be like, oh, I've seen this person, right? Instead, I have that, but just kind of on Twitch, which is different people pulling me into different collabs or mentioning me or something. And now they know who I am, right? Like I've never done a collab with Moon Moon on stream, but I'm friends with Moon. I go to his chat. I got the VIP badge. I talk to the dude way more off stream than I ever have on stream. And his chat knows me, right? So that's like my version of shorts, I guess, of just getting familiarity, is that I have that. That being said, with me, it's very organic and because of friendships. And you can quote unquote network, but you really can't force that, okay? So if I have a friend who I sit in VC with in a group of friends multiple times a week, hanging out, just shooting the shit, just talking as a person, you know, that's not networking. That's like having real friendships, you know? So it's like, yeah, there's that. But yes, but at the end of the day, it's the same. I get the same thing out of that as if I was posting a bunch of shorts, which is, well, there's some people who are familiar with me now, right? From like different pockets in my case, because I have a lot of friends from weird sides of content. Quite, I'm very good friends with Quite. I love Quite. So many of my viewers, when I mention him, are like, who's that again? Well-known YouTuber, totally different sphere from me. None of Quite's viewers would ever happen upon me, typically. But I love Quite. Quite loves me. We're good friends. Quite brings me onto the channel to talk about something. People are like, oh, okay, now I know who she is, right? Stuff like that. So at the end of the day, thing you're trying to get is notoriety or familiarity. And that could be measured in followers, that could be measured in viewers, it could be measured a lot of different ways. The quality of them could be measured by saying someone's a follower, then they're a subscriber, then they're someone who buys merch or whatever, right? Like there's different tiers of this person's very engaged if you want to break it down to like numbers like that. But at the end of the day, familiarity is the thing that you're really trying to think about, if that makes sense. And that's why shorts are so good. To answer your question of like, is the shorts and short form strat to getting people to watch your streams like valid? Yeah, because the hard part is getting people to even ever see you.